Hello guys, in this video I'm going to show you how you can install MySQL and also MySQL Workbench and run a few commands. Also show you how to create the database, how to create the table, how you can run some basic commands like select, insert, update. I'm also going to talk about I'll demonstrate how you can run some queries using the command prompt. So to get started, you go to Google and type MySQL download. Once you type MySQL download, page will open. So just click on MySQL. On the download page, scroll to the bottom. At the bottom, you're going to see MySQL Community Server. Then down the list, there is MySQL Workbench, which we're going to download later. But at this point, let's just download MySQL Community Server. Like for me, I'm using Windows, so I'll just select the first option, download, 64-bit. So if you have an account, you can either log in or sign up. I'm not going to log in or sign up, but just say no thanks. I just start my download. So once I click start my download has started. I've saved my download on my desktop. So double click on the installation file. And click next and accept the terms in the license agreement. Then click next. I'm going to select typical. After selecting this typical installation, click on install. Then the installation process has started, and when the installation is finished, just click finish. Configure our recently installed MySQL Server, the community version. To next, continue to next. The files are being installed. This is where you create your password for your SQL. I've created my password. Then I'm going to click on next. So here I'll just select create a circular database. You can even select create all database. Should be able to run OK. Click execute, and there's a message the configuration of MySQL Server was successful. Click next to continue. So there we can finish. Go back to the website. Scroll down to the bottom of the page. So MySQL Workbench, we hit on MySQL Workbench, click on download. So that's where now just say if you can log in, if you have an account or sign up, but me don't have, so I'll say no thanks, just start my download. So the download has started and the download is done. So let's install MySQL Workbench. So to click on the installation file, hit next. So I'm installing in C. Next, I'll just say complete. You can even do custom if you want to install selected features. So then I hit install. After hitting install, to keep installing. So the installation is done on MySQL Workbench. So at this point, if you want, you can go through the documentation and read the blog. You can also check the discussion forum. So to use MySQL Workbench, double click on where it says MySQL connections and enter the password you created earlier. Click OK and click on continue anyway. So we are in. This is MySQL Workbench. But if you want to see if there's any database, you can click where it says schemas there. We click on schemas here so that we can start creating our database and some tables. you'll be able to see two default schemas, one named sys and the other one secular. Then to create a new database, you click on this icon where there is an arrow. You're going to see a message, create a new schema. So you give your new schema a name, that's a new database name. I'm naming mine staff_db. So my database name is staff_db. Then click on apply, and then there's a pop-up. You can zoom in to look at the newly created database name here. Our created database appears under schemas where the arrow is pointing here. To create a table under the database we created, right click on tables so that the menu can appear. And click on create table to give you an option where you can enter the table name on top there. Highlight it. So we're going to create our table. We enter a table name. You can also create a table by selecting this icon, clicking on this icon, then the pop-up window appear, and under table name you can enter a table name. Here we have entered our table name, users_tb. These are the column names we've created. User ID, this is an int type, primary key, not now, and want it to auto increment. Then we have a name, varchar, for 45 characters, and also we have a department, varchar with 45 characters. You can apply, and there's a pop-up showing that our changes have been applied. We did paste to create the table. So click on finish. Let's open our table. The one we created there, you see code users table. So we click the grid. So there we see there's nothing in our table. So then an automatic select statement is shown on top there. There's nothing, so we can enter their names, John Doe, department, IT. You can enter some values. Under name we can also enter Mary Doe, then department. Let's enter some values. Market, if you want to use you go the easy way by just typing the values into the table. This is how you can do it. So these are the values we entered within our table. The user IDs apply once we hit the apply button. They'll auto increment. That's from 1, 2, and so on. So we've clicked on apply. Click on apply again to show the changes. So there's changes after inserted manually. So this time let's use SQL. We open our SQL window, execute. Then we execute our statement. On top there, the yellow. Let's create some space. So we execute by hitting the yellow icon. So let's say at the bottom there it said inserted into staff_db James Lee. So let's run a select statement to see what we've inserted. We want to execute, but when you execute a statement like this, it executes both statements. As you can see, at this point we have we've run both statements because we have this statement we used at first and this second statement. So this one is executed once more. So we have two, a James Lee and another James Lee. So this select statement allows us to see everything by using an asterisk here. So selecting from staff_db is the name of our database, which is this one here, and also the name of our table, which is this table under this database, so users table. To avoid executing several statements or queries, we need to run one query at a time. So let's run an update query so that we can change one of these column, like where the ID is equal to 4. We can change the name and the department. To update ID 3 and ID for James Lee is repeated. So let's update. So update, this is how you run your update statement stuff db.users.db. Then we set what we want. So that's why we're changing the name. Set name. So we want name to be there, the department to driving. Then we execute our code. You see a message at the bottom that one row affected. It's important to put a where clause so that we update where the ID is for. You don't include the where clause, it's going to update everything. Let's select everything to see our updated results. We hit execute on top there. See a message that one row affected. This is our result showing that we've updated where the ID is good for, the name today, and the department to driving. So this is how you can run some simple statements in MySQL after installation.